Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignertechtips.com. Well, we got a fun one for you today. I've got a little button here. When I click on it, it's going to drop down a contact form underneath, pushing the content below down further. When I click on it again, it's going to disappear. That's a great little feature to have anywhere on your site, getting people to reach out to you. Really easy to do, so let's get started. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. Then I'm going to roll down and undo what we've done here, and we'll start from scratch. So let's get rid of that section there, and we should be good to go. Okay, well, let's go to where we want to put our button. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to add a new little section. I'm going to make mine a regular section. Inside, I'm going to put a single row, single column. And inside that, I'm going to put a button. And this is going to serve to open and close our contact form. So let's write what we want the button to say in there. In the link down below, I'm going to leave it absolutely blank like that so it doesn't reload the page. But I'm going to pop my button in the middle. And let's just style this section to make it a little more interesting looking. I'm just going to give it a background. Let's give it a background gradient today. I'm going to make it purple at the top. I'll make it black at the bottom. And let's add a little mesh over the top with a background pattern there. I'm going to click on the background pattern. I'm going to use my little mesh. I'm going to make it white in color. Pattern size, I'm going to take it down in size. Custom size, let's take it down pretty small so it looks more like a little mesh sort of thing. Something like that. Then I can go back up, just drop the color opacity down, just click on the color field. Variegated sliders opacity. I can drop it in the background there so it's a lot more subtle. Great. Well, that's our little section that we're going to use to click to pop up our little contact form. Let's actually make the section now that we want to appear and disappear. So I'm going to add another new section, little blue button again. Again, I'm going to make it a regular section. Again, I'm just going to have a single column in mind. You can have whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a contact form. You can pop up whatever content you want here. I'm just using contact form for this demo. So I'm popping the contact form in there. Obviously, if you want to add more fields, I'm not going to go too deep into this contact form. I'm sure you know how to set up your contact form. Put a title in if you want to have a title. It'll be at the top there. Success message is what's going to pop up when they send the form. If you want something other than submit in there, you can write whatever you want in there. Important part is put in the email address where you want this message sent. So that's me at my email or whatever email address you want that sent to. Don't want to redirect. I'll leave it on the simple spam protection there. I'm not going to give it any link or background. What I will do is pop that text in the middle and make it white because I'm going to give this whole thing a dark background. To do that, I'm going to go to the title there, a little paintbrush. Takes me straight to the title text there. I'm just going to make it semi-bold. I want to pop it in the middle. I'm going to make it white. It will disappear on that white background there, but that's fine. Okay, well, let's save that. And I'm just going to give this section a background color. I want it dark, but not all the way black. I think I'll use my 2424. Great. So we've got our button and we've got our section that we want to hide and show. Now I've pre-written some JavaScript for you right there. If we look at this, we've got to give our button an ID, CSS ID of toggle button to tell it that it wants to click and perform this function. And the element that we want to show or hide needs to be called element to toggle. So let's do this in sequence here. We'll give the ID of toggle button to the button. So I'm going to copy that, Control C. And I'll put a link down below where you can download this code. I'm going to go into the button. over to Advanced, down to CSS IDs and classes. Make sure you put this in ID and not in class. It's got to be in the ID. Toggle button. Great. And this section that we actually want to toggle, which you're going to use the section, the blue tab, we'll go in there. Advanced, CSS IDs and classes. Again, we're using a CSS ID. And if we look at that, we need to give it the ID of element to toggle. Don't get those little inverted commas there, just the actual words. Control C to copy. I'm going to paste it back in there. Great. Well, we do actually need to hide this initially, because initially we don't want to see this at all. So to hide this, we're going to go back in there, over to the Advanced, down to the Custom CSS this time. In the main element, I'm simply going to say Display, colon, and the word None, semicolon. And as you can see, or as you can't see because it's disappeared, no longer there. Great. Well, how do we put this all together? Well, we're going to use a code module to put this all together today, and make sure it's not in, it can be anywhere, but it doesn't want to be in the section that you're hiding. So let's put it in our button section here. I'm just going to go in there, a little dark button to add a new module. I'm going to use a code module. I'm going to grab this code that I've got here, and like I say, there'll be a link below the video for you to download this code. Control C to copy. Control V to paste it in there. And it's got it all in there. Make sure you get it from the opening script tag to the closing script tag. And the element, our little contact form element to toggle there, it's basically saying if it's not being displayed, when you click, display it a block, which means show it. If it is being displayed and you click, hide it, display none. And exactly the same again. Great. Well, that's great. It's widened out our little section here. So let's just adjust that with a bit of padding. So I'm going to go into the section, design, spacing. Let's perhaps give it 30 pixels padding on the top and maybe 10 on the bottom, just because that code is taking up a bit of real estate. Yeah, that's going to work for me. Obviously, adjust yours how you wish. We should be good to go. Now let's save our changes here. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. Now we can roll on down. There's our little button there. When I click on it, it's going to drop down that little contact form, push that content down below there. When I click on it again, it's going to disappear. Really nice little feature to have on your site. Like I say, you can do that with any content you want. It doesn't have to be a contact form. You can put in multiple layers if you want to, and rows and things like that. But for mine today, I'm just demoing the contact form. So there we go, guys. There's how to create a button that when you click on it, it has a drop-down contact form. When you click on it again, it's going to hide it for you. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.